Welcome to the 6th episode for 2016 of Hot Boxing Talk, South Africa's very own online boxing talk show. This week, Hayden and Cyril caught up with current South African junior welterweight champion Grant Fourie, and I had my weekly chat with the two gentlemen. This is the 6th episode for 2016 of Hot Boxing Talk.
So earlier Colin said that myself and Cyril and him would be speaking about international and local news. Unfortunately, the two of them couldn't be here today, so I'm going to have to cover you. Let's get straight into it. Terence Crawford this weekend had a fight against Hank Lundy. That fight lasted all but 5 rounds as Terence Crawford outclassed Hank Lundy. Lundy came in the early stages, came with a few hot shots, nice and early. Terence Crawford then changed to southpaw and from then on showed his clear dominance and class as he went on to get the W. And last week, Friday, we had a good local derby between Frans Ramabola and Nkululeko the Bulldog Mshlongo. Well, we both predicted a knockout, myself and Cyril. We both predicted round 6, myself and Cyril round 8. There was a knockout on the night, and it went to him as well. The Bulldog knocked out Frans in, well, a technical knockout. It was a corner stoppage, not a knockout, sorry. A TKO, and that happened in the 9th round. Let's jump straight into the local boxer. Ali Foneka is fighting in Russia this weekend. He takes on Viskan Mirzapakov in what is to be a great fight. Mirzapakov is an undefeated Russian fighter, 12 wins, no losses. We all know Ali Foneka's pedigree. Let's hope from a South African point of view that Ali Foneka can pull off the victory. On the international scene, we have the return of Antonio Margarito. He's taking on Jorge Paez Jr. in Mexico. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what Margarito is gonna do on the night, whether he's gonna be the Margarito of old or is he just the old man now. So we look to check and see what happens. Now, on the same bill that Ali Foneka is going to be on, we have Ruslan Chagayev against Lucas Big Daddy Brown, and that's going to be for the WBA Heavyweight Championship of the World. Be sure not to miss that one, because that is another good fight in the heavyweight division, as the winner takes on one of the big boys, perhaps Tyson Fury. Now, if you're into the American boxing scene this weekend, we have 2 good fights on the same bill in the USA this weekend. We have the heavyweight clash between Luis Ortiz, otherwise known King Kong, and Tony Thompson, and that's going to be a great fight in the heavyweight division. These two have been going at each other verbally, so let's see how it goes. This is an interesting fight in the heavyweight division. It sets up potential big fights for the future for the winner of those fights. And on the same bill, Jesse Vargas makes a return after his defeat to Timothy Bradley. Now, that was a very close fight between Bradley and Jesse Vargas, so let's see how Vargas comes back. And Vargas takes on the undefeated Saddam Ali, the 22-0 Saddam Ali. So he's coming on and he's not taking it easy. He's taking the big fights versus an undefeated guy. Let's see how that goes. You know, I'm hoping Jesse Vargas can get back on the train and start mounting a challenge for the world titles again. And thank you for listening to me on Hot Boxing Talk. Hopefully you enjoy all the boxing festivities this weekend. Have a good one. Welcome to Hot Boxing Talk. We have Grant the Fireball Fourie with us today. How does it feel going up against someone that you've faced before?
Fighting same opponents was tough, because you know they're obviously going to go back and train harder, especially if they're coming off a loss. They're going to go run a bit further, they're going to go train a bit harder, and they're going to try and come with a different game plan. So it's always tough.
Okay, and your fight was probably a candidate for Fight of the Year. What are you expecting this time around?
Another Fight of the Year.
Another Fight of the Year, keeping it simple.
It should have been Fight of the Year on Super Sports. I can't believe that we are voting not, but it definitely was Fight of the Year, and we'll have another Fight of the Year.
Now you're the SA champion, and now they've included the WBA Pan-African Interim Championship. Does that add extra incentive to you? Because last time you were here, you spoke about not really fighting locally, but fighting international opponents.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. You know, I want to travel a bit. My career's also winding down. We're getting older, 32 now, so I don't want to keep fighting for another 10 years, 40, and so I like to travel, go and have a fight overseas, and that's the main goal.
Speaking of age, you mentioned age. How many years would you say, give or take?
Well, look, you can't really put, you know, I might mature a bit later in years as I've done. So, you know, maybe 35, 36, and then that's it for me.
And you mentioned now in the press conference, you and Warren are not friends up until the fight. He said last week that was also going to be the case. What's your stance on that sort of thing, going up against a friend?
Look, we are friends. We just had to get told that, no, we're not friends for this fight. You know, come fight night, there's no friend in the ring. He wants to hurt you, you want to hurt him, and that's just one of those things. But me and Warren do go back, and we are gentlemen of the sport, and we're not going to... Look, I'm not going to badmouth anyone, I never have and never will, so it's just one of my makeups. And Warren, I believe, is the same kind of guy.
But how difficult is it to channel your mind that you've got to hurt this guy even though he's your friend?
Well, look, it is hard. This is boxing. It's tough now that I've got to fight Warren again. But, you know, it's a rematch and at least Warren gets the opportunity to make some money himself.
Now, winding down to the end of your career, what does Grant do after boxing?
Play more golf.
Or golf? Yeah, so thank you, Grant, for coming on the show again.
Thanks, Aiden. Thanks, Cyril.
It was very nice having you, and that is our boxing talk.
Thanks, guys.
That's the end of the 6th episode of Hot Boxing Talk. Catch us again next week for the 7th episode. From myself, Colin Nathan, and Hayden Jones, we'll see you next week.